Oh,
Good banter. That's some good banter. Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 11, Legs 11 of Good Banter. And here we go again, Evan. Back in the room, same bat time, same bat channel. Is that what they say?
If you're watching on YouTube, same backdrop. So thanks for tuning in. Hope everyone had a good Christmas.
Yeah.
We're not gonna bullshit you though. We are recording this just before Christmas. It's gonna come out after Christmas. So hope you had a good Christmas. We don't know what we got for Christmas. We hope Santa came, but this is recorded before Christmas, but it's coming out after Christmas. Hope you had a good Boxing Day.
So apologies if any sort of massive tragedies happened in that we're not mentioning. We're not being insensitive. They're going, I can't believe, if you're sitting at home thinking, I can't believe they haven't mentioned the bloody typhoon that wiped out the city.
We don't know.
We don't know about that.
We hope that doesn't happen.
Yeah, obviously.
It's something that we definitely don't hope for.
No,
but
if it does, we might not even put this to air.
No, we'll see what happens. So, if shit goes pear-shaped, apologies to anyone who did lose someone in the typhoon. It's a tough time.
Horrible time.
2020's been a prick of a year.
This typhoon certainly has finished it on a low.
It's typhoon season as well, though. It's sort of...
Not in Melbourne, really.
No, not at all. Not at all. I don't think anyone's said the word typhoon in...
No, not even the little... what are they little...
It's more your islands.
Or your... What do you get? The little whirly winds you used to
whirly
get at
winds?
school?
Yeah, blow up the dust in your eye and all the paper wrappers.
Yeah, chip packet
that
fly
go
up
up.
in the air.
Yeah.
It's about as close as we got.
It's
but
nasty.
Anyway, so a fair bit's happened. Eddie...
Yeah, we missed out on the last episode. We were too busy talking about hitting people in the face with eggs and apples. And
then we forgot a very important thing happened because...
you're a Collingwood man.
I'm a Collingwood man.
Don't
we both
hold
love our
it
footy.
against him.
Don't
he bloody
hold that
loves
against me,
Collingwood.
And the great Eddie McGuire has announced that he's hanging up the tie or the jacket or whatever you do if you're the president, and he's finishing up at the end of 2021.
Yeah, he's still giving himself 1 year to just bring it home. Maybe, who knows?
For that Cinderella story.
I think he might just want to have a crack at maybe Tanya Buckley or something. She probably won't be around the club too much.
No, she
I'm
might
tipping.
Not be around the club. So he's given up the presidency. He's given up Triple M. So he's obviously, the pandemic's made him realise what's important, and he's chilling out a bit, which is good. But I've got an Eddie story because I worked at the Footy Show for a little while.
You did,
and it's a bit of it was a strange one because I love Collingwood and I'm a pretty loyal supporter. I'm not one of those supporters that gets online and hangs shit on them. I stand by my man. I've never turned against Bucks.
Well, I think when you play football as well, I reckon the worst people are people who have never played, and they're like, even you hear them at the game.
Yeah.
Why'd you kick it there, you fucking idiot? And you just go, well, clearly, your decision making was off. You're not out there. Like, the game moves pretty quick.
The game moves quick. People make mistakes.
That's exactly right.
People are human.
I mean, the guy's 80 kilos overweight. He's made some mistakes in his life.
He's made some mistakes.
Don't think the only target you could hit is the plate of a buffet, mate.
The plate of a buffet.
So
Eddie, yes. So I love him. I've always liked him. You hear your rumours that he can be a bit hard, a bit of a knob, but at the end of the day, he does amazing things for charities. Rah rah rah. He's probably done more.
I love your rah rah rah.
You like the rah rah rah?
A few people say rah rah rah.
Well, it's a bit of a Caulfield Bear thing.
Is it?
Yeah,
a bit of rah rah rah.
A bit of rah rah rah. Yeah.
It's a real footy thing sometimes, but I notice sometimes when one of my mates he gets pissed and he's a big rah rah rah.
Yeah.
It goes from I was down the pub, rah 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 rah, and then 20 minutes later, I go, you didn't tell me anything there, mate. Yeah. What the rah rah rah?
Well, it came about for the season. I forget what year it was that we got to round 17 and had won a game. So we'd sort of, it it was only an 18-round season, so it was
not looking good.
Really looking like we may go the season without a victory. And we'd actually, just joking around on the piss, talked about what we would do if we won a game. And we joked that we would sing our club song and then we would all drop our arms and run around and do this ridiculous dance that we were doing. It was Caulfield Bears, rah, rah, rah. Caulfield,
what was was the coach involved in this sort of plot or ploy?
No, I don't think he was in.
He wasn't there. He got sacked mid-season.
He was, he stuck around.
fat.
People weren't exactly queuing up for the job. But so we did get the win, and the expectation, the build-up, and we all did it, and it was a fucking crack up. It was every past player would have been rolling over in their grave. It was 100 years of tradition down the gurglers. We were doing this ridiculous grown men walking around, but it was good.
Can you give us a bit of a?
No, I can't.
We got the camera there. You can get on the YouTube.
No, it wasn't.
Okay.
Look, it still comes out every now and again. The Caulfield Bears, rah rah.
You were captain at that stage.
I was captain, so
and
if anyone should have nipped it in the bud, I should have. But
Jesus
I was probably
Christ, club legend.
Not good. But anyway, rah rah rah. So I've got a job at the Footy Show.
Great. When you're massive football head.
Yep.
What was the feeling like? How'd you get the job?
Well,
just run us through, because a lot of people don't know. How do you get onto these shows? People who don't work in television, like us. I mean, we're pretty big in the television industry.
So I'd actually worked there before with Trev. I used to write material for Trev, who stood behind the bar.
Great.
So I worked for him for a year and a half, and I think it was like he'd gone something like 12 years. Number one ratings, and I wrote for him for a year and a half, and I don't know whether he got the sack or whatever, but he finished up after I wrote for him. So that didn't look great on the resume. So whether it was my writing or the kiss of death. So I left after that, all good, and started up again with my Suburban Footballer character. So they were looking to reinvent
this
themselves.
is when the Footy Show was fucking. It was like the Caulfield Bears, that the rah 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 year.
It was low.
They were none and 16.
Yeah, it wasn't rating well, but they've gone to reinvent themselves. So they've got Rebecca Madden.
Yep.
They've got Swanee. They've got Fev. They've
all the big names.
They've just got everyone. The more the merrier. Anyone they could sign, they
jump
had.
on.
So who else was hosting?
Was it no?
Oh, it was Eddie.
It was Eddie.
Eddie.
Yes.
So Eddie, Rebecca Madden. Anyway, so they got me in there as the Suburban
Sammy was still
Footballer.
on there. Yep.
So Sammy was still on there.
Yep.
So they were the three. So they've got me on there as the Suburban Footballer, and the go was that every episode I was sort of on trial to start off with, and I had about a minute or two every episode to do something with the Suburban Footballer.
So not much pressure, Tommy.
Live TV, fucking terrifying, absolutely terrifying. So I've turned up. I know exactly what I'm doing. Live television. First night, I've never met Eddie. So even when I worked there before, never met Eddie. Never saw Eddie. Never met Eddie. Maybe saw him. Never met him. So I've got there. I'm bloody nervous as hell. Show's starting in an hour. I'm pacing around, running through my material. Saw Rebecca Madden. Went over, said hi to her. She was nice enough, lovely. Yep. I think she was a bit nervous. Probably didn't give me a heat, but she was pretty nervous. Had her own shit to worry about. Then I saw Eddie, so I thought I better go say hi to Eddie.
I'm the dickhead in the helmet.
Yeah, so I've gone up. G'day, Eddie. My name's Tom Siegert. And so we're holding hands. I've gone in for the handshake.
We've mentioned clammy hands before.
Beyond clammy.
Would have been clammy.
Beyond clammy. Shaking his hand. He sort of looked at me like, who's Tom Siegert?
Yep.
And so I've said, I'm the Suburban Footballer. I'm performing in tonight's show. And he dropped my hand. This isn't a word of lie, and I love the guy.
Yeah.
So he dropped my hand, looked at me and said, stuck his finger sort of, didn't touch me, but at my chest and said, "Don't fuck up," and walked off. And if I wasn't terrified before, I've just thought...
Petrified.
I was like, what am I doing? Like, what am I doing? Why would I do this shit to myself?
You think he'd be like, mate... But they were under the pump at this stage.
They were under the pump.
It was...
Like, they probably needed me to
do something.
Pull something out and do something.
You'll be right, mate. Everything's good. No,
and then,
don't fuck up.
Don't fuck up. And then, without pissing in my pocket, it could not have gone. It could not. Well, this is quite a. Well, I'll tell you the whole story.
Do it, please.
So,
we've got half an hour, Tom, for the listeners. Don't just beat around the bush.
So there's a few little parts of this story. So without pissing in my own pocket,
say so a few more times.
Could not have gone better.
Great.
Could not have gone better. And we probably expected it to go good because I was doing material that I knew worked from my show that I do 2 or 3 times a week at footy clubs. I'd done this material 100 times. I knew it worked, and sure enough, it worked. The crowd loved it. The panel was laughing.
I remember watching that. It was great.
And it was like,
this was spot on.
How good's this?
So you are going to be fucking.
This is
the next big thing.
Get on the Tommy Rocket because
we are going straight to the moon.
Yeah, we are on fire. This is my big break. So but the show was a bit. The rest of the show was a bit.
Well, the chemistry was terrible.
Chemistry, it was because it was only episode 1.
Yeah, yep.
And
it was like our first show. It was
first show. It was all over the shop. So afterwards, after the footy show, there's sort of an after party after every Thursday night. So everyone's gone up to this after party. The beers are out.
Cocaine.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
So no coke.
No
but just a lot of footballers.
Great.
A lot of footballers. Just a lot of the models and stuff that are around. It's just it's a good hang. It's
good times.
Just everyone's chatting. It's good times. So
you're changed at this stage. You're not still dressed as a suburban footballer.
No. So I'm changed. The bosses of Channel 9 are there.
Yeah, the big.
It's the who's who. Morale's a little bit low because the episode didn't go that well. So got that weird feeling when I've had a good one, but
like a footy game.
Yeah. When you get
pumped,
but you play all right.
You play all right, and you're up and about, and everyone else in the shower's a bit down.
But you're bloody parading
feeling
around,
good, peacocking it.
It's so.
And what did everyone say after the show to you?
People were congratulating me about my effort, and I said, I just went over and whispered, didn't want to make a scene because I still felt a bit awkward being there. You had your Swannies, your Juddies, look, they're all there.
The big knobs.
And even the big knobs at Channel 9, they were there. And I said, just a table of people, guys, I'm going to head off. I'll see you on Tuesday. And Eddie McGuire stood up, and this is not a word of a lie. And he said, everybody, Tommy Siegert, I just want to say, for a first performance on live television, that was one of the greatest first performances I've ever seen in my life.
Jesus.
And so and everyone's just going...
What's he got? He's got a beer. He's got a red.
He's wearing his suit. I don't know what he was wearing. No, he must have been holding anything. And he's just started clapping as I walked off. And I know, and I'm a good probably 15 metres away from a fucking elevator. So it's not like I'm even going to walk away. I'm going to walk to a fucking elevator. It's
like Homer where he sort of goes back into the bushes.
Yeah, it was like that. And I'm like... So I'm walking away from these people, and people have sort of joined in this clap.
Well,
and it was
going, Eddie's lost the plot.
It should have been a really nice moment for
me.
Yes, because it was something I'd worked.
That's
for.
a good compliment.
Oh, massive compliment. And I was like, wow. But deep down, I'm going, this is probably the most bizarre thing. Like this is a million things are going through my head. So I've walked away, and I'm like. And the elevator door is shut, and I'm going, I can't go and stand at a fucking elevator while everyone's clapping and then just wait till the clapping dies down and just stand at an elevator. So I've just kept walking past the elevator, like down a
dead end
fucking hallway that I don't even know where it went. And just headed.
Everyone's going, where the fuck's he going?
There you go. That's the bloody kitchen. And so I've just disappeared. So until it stopped, and then I waited and came back, and I found some stairs, went down the stairs. Anyway, so I'm flying high. Got out in the car, sat in the car. A lot of good mates that were writers. Oh yeah, the text.
Yeah,
the text were
pumping.
Like, how good's this? But there were a couple of
rocket. Start the rocket.
Get on the rocket. This is I'm big. I'm going to be a big deal. And Matt Hardy, who was a writer, ripping bloke, Des Dowling, legend, great bloke. They said to me, no matter what happens, don't look at your social media.
Yeah.
Just don't look at your social media.
Yep.
So I've
someone will flog you.
So I've said, And I said, I'm not looking at social media. And then I sat in the car, bit of quiet after that horrific incident with the
clapping and going into the kitchen.
And I thought, how could anyone after that
rip
me? Like how could anyone think that was a poor performance?
Nah, no one could.
So I've pulled out the Facebook.
You've gone against everything, haven't you?
Gone to the
you got fucking too big.
You're in the rocket.
You're in the rocket.
I'm in the rocket. So gone to the Footy Show Facebook page.
Oh shit!
Gone because they used to post all the little videos of the segments. So I've gone to that segment. First comment: who the fuck is the Suburban Footballer? Second comment: I would rather shove a glass rod up my cock eye and snap it than watch another second of the Suburban Football. That was the first 2 comments.
I mean, sort of. It's pretty graphic, isn't it? Like I've sort of had like a bit of sand up me rod, and that hurts. But I don't know about the glass.
Yeah, I don't know where he got that from, but he obviously didn't enjoy it.
I don't think he did. Just judge him by that comment, and I don't know. Has he done that before?
Just a simple thumbs down.
Thumbs down, or maybe just don't say anything.
Not for me.
Like I'm big on that. Like, it's probably a lot of people who would rather jam a glass rod up their knob than listen to this. But
and just switch off.
Switch off. Just don't watch it.
You don't have to butcher
yourself. What's wrong with your life that you've got a bloody... Me poor mate here, he's in his rocket.
Yeah, so it was
and then you cop that shit. What was the third one?
It was... Oh, well, there were good ones, but I'm going through the good ones, and I'm really focusing on the bad ones, and I'm driving home, and then I thought, I wonder if Tam's looking. I've got home, and Tam's...
The boys.
And Tam's sitting up in bed, my wife sitting up in bed, looking at the Facebook.
And she's thinking, I'm sleeping with a Suburban Footballer.
Yeah, this guy's a mess. And so she was just going, have you read some of the things that they're writing? And I thought, no, I've read them. And there's plenty of good ones, but you're not seeing those.
You're not seeing that.
Concentrating on the bad. So
did you get to sleep that night?
I was all over the shop. And so I've had this massive, and I guess this is life, which I'd never experienced before, life on a live TV show, a weekly TV show. So I've had this massive high, this massive low, this roller coaster, been bashed around. You wake up the next day, and you're 7 days till the next show, and you're like, I've got to produce more content.
I've got to get out of the rocket.
I've got to produce more content.
Yep.
And so I did the next episode, and she was a bit of a stinker. It didn't go very well. It was okay, but
I know a lot of your stuff live is amazing, and a lot of stuff doesn't translate live on TV compared to live crowd.
100%.
And how far back are the crowd at the Footy Show?
A little way, a little way. But also, they're not all local footy because it's very local.
Free
footy.
tickets.
They're AFL people. And
this
is
wankers.
This is local. Yeah, it's very much local footy. So anyway, second one didn't go that well. Turned up week 3, and in a bit of a stitch up. Because I used to, and I'll backpedal a bit here. I used to warm up the crowd for the first 2 weeks off camera before the show started. I used to get out there in my footy gear, Suburban footy gear,
bit of lane work,
and rev the crowd up. And I got them really going. I used to talk about nicknames to the crowd, and they're just. If you've seen my live show, I talk a lot about nicknames. It's a bit that I've picked up from talking to people at footy clubs over the years. Got a list of great nicknames. Never fails. It's funny stuff. I didn't write it.
Great.
I didn't write it. I'm just telling you what I heard, and it's Anyway, so week 3, gone into the office. Eddie's in there with the producer, and Eddie said, "Tommy, this week we'll get you your own little bit. You can have 2.5, 3 minutes, and you'll do your
show.
No, you'll do your nicknames."
Oh no!
And I said, "Oh no, I'm not doing my nicknames because I always said my first episode I'd do stuff from my show, but after that I'd write new content every week because it was killing my live show."
Yeah.
So and this is, I apologise that this story's dragged out.
Nah, it's all right, mate. This is good. I'm just sorry. I'm just looking at the recording. We're on one bar on the battery, so I've just got my eye on that. But keep going, mate. This is gold. I mean, this is the rise and fall of the Suburban Football.
The rise and fall of the Suburban Footballer on Channel 9. So Eddie said to me, "I want you to do the show. I want you to do your nicknames bit live on TV this week." And I've said, I'm not doing it because it's going to ruin it for my show. And Eddie said,
Ooh.
oh, no, you'll do it. It's going to be great. Crowd will love it. It's going to be huge. And I said, oh, mate, I'm really sorry.
He's putting everything on you to bring the bloody footy show back off its knees.
Yeah, and I'm saying ratings are shit.
Yeah.
Things, chemistry shit. Struggling. I had a downer the week before. I'm as low as shark shit.
Shoving glass up their rod.
Yeah,
people are getting hurt.
It's not good. So I then we've started to get in a bit of an argument, and half of me's going, I can't believe I'm having an argument with Eddie McGuire. How fucking cool is this? And the other half's going, oh, this is a disaster. You know, what am I doing? He's obviously, he's probably the greatest debater on the planet. I'm just falling apart at the seams.
It's hard to beat Eddie in an argument.
Oh, well, you can't. So, and eventually I just said, mate, I'm sorry, I'm not doing it. And he said, what is it with you fucking comedians? He goes, if I go and see AC/DC, I want to see him.
He doesn't get it.
I want to see him sing Thunderstruck. If I go see AC/DC and they don't sing Thunderstruck, I'm disappointed. Why do comedians not want to do their best stuff all the time? And I said, mate, it's different because I can see AC/DC 100 times. I'm still going to sing along.
Love the song.
To Thunderstruck. Like, it's a great song. If I see a comedian twice and you hear the same joke twice, you go, oh, yeah, good joke. But it's
the punchline isn't a surprise.
So I'm killing that joke for when I do it at footy clubs.
Yep.
Anyway.
And it's not like I don't know what your contract was, but I'm sure it wasn't. You weren't on Juddy's money or anything like that, Tom.
No, not on huge.
No, it's not worth killing one of your best bits for bloody pine coke.
Yeah, it was sort of a good for your profile sort of deal, which is
it was exposure.
Anyway, so that hasn't gone down well. So I didn't do the next episode. I didn't do the episode after, and then I thought, you know what, fuck it. I was stressing. Wrote him a letter. Wrote the producer a letter saying, really appreciate the time, but this isn't for me. This isn't what I'm writing a new couple of minutes every week. It's not for me. I've got other stuff to do. So how about we...
you were still working.
I was still working full time.
Doing the gigs.
Get
kids, wife.
So I thought, I don't need this. I'm stressing.
Yeah.
So yeah, handed in my resignation. And anyway, so down the track... I actually came... They were really good. They said, if ever you want to do a show down the track, if you ever come up with an idea, give us a hoy, which I did. About 2 weeks later, I came up with an idea to come and grill, roast. Sort of Dane Swan. So Dane Swan came out in the footy gear and I got into him, and that was fairly well received.
It was all right. It was good, I remember that. I remember Rocket was back on there.
And after that, I never spoke about it again. So, and I always wondered, I wonder what Eddie thinks of me, or whether he does think of me, or whether he's got so much on his plate that he wouldn't even remember the name. But, so, gets to grand final week.
Yeah.
Got a friend coming over from WA, wants to get some tickets to the Footy Show grand final. He's rung me, said, can you get me some tickets? And I said, I don't know.
Still a bit icy there. Yeah, so Eddie's not returning my calls.
So I rang Des Dowling, and said,
Desi,
mate, can you get me some tickets to the Footy Show grand final? Because it's, as usual, sold out straight away. And he said, no, mate, you're still on the
list.
On the payroll. So you'll get your 4 free tickets like everyone does. So I said, how good's this? He goes, yeah, mate, I'll just go and grab them, and you can get them off me shortly. So I said, oh, fantastic. So Des is gone, rung me back a couple of minutes later, got some bad news.
Yeah, not on the payroll.
Eddie's put a big black line through your name.
Ooh.
So not to get the tickets. So look, maybe it wasn't Eddie that put the line through there, but I'm putting 2 and 2 together.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
So that's my Eddie.
So it's a bit bittersweet. That was a real roller coaster of first show, first ever time. Don't fuck up.
Yep.
Kill it, mate. The most amazing first live, and Eddie's seen a lot of TV. He's done the Footy Show for over 20 years.
Yeah. So,
and then weird clap, you walking into the kitchen, and then maybe a bit didn't go so great, and then so 4 weeks. That's a roller coaster month for the Suburban Footballer.
Was it ever? But
is he still your hero?
Probably Eddie was never. I guess he was. I've always loved him, and look, he does so much for. Like, he would do more from charity than probably most people in Australia combined. So you can't question the guy. My experience with him, unfortunately, wasn't fantastic, but he does amazing stuff. So I'm certainly not here to bag Eddie. I love the Pies. I love Eddie. Hope they get a flag in his last season, but we'll see how we go.
Yeah, nice, mate. No, that's
so that's that story.
Well, that's a bloody great story.
I apologise because it's taken up most of the most of the pod.
That's what podcasts are about, mate. And as I said, people if they enjoy it, they'll keep listening. I think I was on the edge of my seat.
Yeah,
I enjoyed it. It's good to hear those behind the scenes things because a lot of people don't go. They just see live TV and they think the Footy Show. Oh yeah, that'd come together in 20 minutes.
Oh, no.
You don't realise the pressure, the stress, especially when you're getting canned in the ratings, you're getting canned on social media, and that's the thing that they didn't have back in 1994 when it started.
The social media, that's...
You think about footballers now. They have a shit game, and you've got old mate who's sitting on a couch and he's at jocks with his gut hanging over going, he's fucking shit. He's got it's Twitter and all that. Mind you, get on the Good Banter Twitter page.
Give us a bag, just anything.
That's humming. Just give us something. We want to feel it. Let us know how we're going. But it's high pressure, and you can see why people get stressed. People have meltdowns. People get on the piss, do drugs, sleep with masseurs and that. I just don't know.
Masseurs?
I did it. So.
Sure.
I think so. Is it defamation or whatever?
Maybe,
no, he split up from Mr. Sorry, I don't know.
Yeah, I did hear that today. Didn't know about the. Maybe we'll beep that name out. Maybe.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yep. Cool.
Yep.
Cool. Yeah. No, definitely. Yeah. You might be able to talk about that.
We'll talk about that off air. Yeah. No, but we are in a fortunate position where we just with the stand up, we do get to meet a lot of people, heroes and stuff that we wouldn't otherwise get to meet, which is great. And, you got your ones that are great, you got your ones that are not so, but most of them are pretty good.
I reckon most of them are pretty good, but I know when like Suburban Footballer, like I felt at a stage like being involved and seeing the show, and I felt like the Suburban Footballer. I thought everyone knows the Suburban Footballer, and didn't you? You said you met like BT Brian Taylor like 7 times. He goes, what are you doing again?
Oh yeah, he's I'll BT. Every time I meet him for the first time. He just cannot remember me. Yeah. But, that's all right. He's a cracker.
He's a cracker.
Genuinely good bloke.
He's funny, but it is funny. Yeah, where I thought because you got lots of followers and that. I thought everyone knows who the Suburban Footballer is, but if you're not involved in that world,
you'd be surprised when you
don't know.
Yeah, that with the Footy Show, that really made me realise how few people did know the Suburban Footballer and didn't care much for him at all.
No, did not. Did not at all. So, we're getting close to the 30-minute mark. Did you have any little tidbits, or you just?
I guess if we're talking footballers we've met, and I don't really mind saying this, like all footballers are lovely, and we can get onto this another podcast. All the great ones we've met, and all the great times we've had. I've had very lucky. I got to drive James Hird for a couple of hours.
Brilliant.
One day home from a gig, and that was one of the greatest experiences of my life. I've got to commentate with Brian Taylor and Nathan Brown. I've hung out with Swanee, and as you've hung out with many footballers, and just
the list goes on. I could write a book, mate. I could write a book.
And I'd have to say, can't fault any except one, and I actually don't mind saying it because he was such a dick, and it was bloody Brendan Goddard.
Really, pretzel head.
He really treated me like shit. It was really awful. It was a little...
Well, quickly, talk about Goddard, because I didn't mind the way he went about it. He's passionate, but then also he plays a bit of golf, and one of my mates plays some golf.
Yep.
And my mate met him at it was sort of a mutual friend, someone knew, whatever, and he was just sort of chatting at a party or something. He goes, my mate goes up to Goddard and goes, g'day, mate, I heard you play a bit of golf. I heard you I heard you hit him all right. He goes, yeah, I do actually. And it was sort of just like, bang, blunt. And like, yeah, me mate's like, righto, fuckhead.
Yeah, it's interesting. I don't know, because
what did he do to you?
Well, we're doing this. It was midweek. It was sort of this live little show they were doing out in the suburbs, and I was hosting these shows, and they would get different footballers up every week, and I'd always hang out from the green room beforehand, and we were getting on really well, and we're talking about life and footy and just day to day stuff. Really I'm thinking this is going to be good.
You're back. This is the new rocket.
Yeah, this is we're getting on well. This is going to be easy. We're getting on well. So I've got on there, started the show. It's going on well. Welcome to stage, Brendan Goddard, and he's come up and it was like he was a different person, and he was just giving me
nothing.
Giving me nothing. And so I asked a question. I said, I can't even remember what it was. I might have said something about Kelly. And I couldn't, and he just turned, and he goes, "You don't know his first name, do you?" And it was remember the Kelly that played for
Tim Kelly.
Yeah, Tim Kelly.
Tim Kelly.
And he said, "You don't remember his name, do you?" And I did know his name, but I just blanked. No good under pressure. Shit ass under pressure. And he's just going, "You don't know his name." He's looking at the crowd. And he goes, "This guy, he doesn't even know his name. He's hosting the show." And I'm just like,
"Fuck off, mate,
you arsehole." And he was just into me. Everything I said, he was just picking at me, and I was
really,
like, yeah. And I was just, and it was an hour show. I was on stage with this guy for an hour.
Fuck.
And it was just like, oh man,
I don't need this shit.
You're a bloody asshole.
Yeah.
So, and we got off stage, and then he was
nice as pie.
He was all right again, and he was like,
Jesus.
He goes, geez, that was all right, wasn't it? And I was like,
not really, mate. You're a prick,
absolute cock. And and I don't know. He had it in him. That was the weird bit. He obviously had it in him to be nice. But it was like he had to put on this persona.
I'm tough guy. Was he at Essendon then?
I reckon he was.
He's trying to be that guy. The week before he'd knocked the pretzels over, so he sort of had to just roll into it in character.
It was just
dick nose.
Yeah, didn't care much for that. No, and I realised that that's sort of his thing. That he's hard, but just lighten up a bit, mate.
Yeah, chill out.
And look, I'm sure he's a lovely bloke. But my experience with him was he's an absolute cock.
That's all right.
Anyway. That's that. So well, is that episode?
That's
11?
it, mate. That's episode 11. Once again, get on the YouTube, get on the Good Banter Instagram page. Tell your mates about the podcast. Yeah, we're going all over the joint. If you want to hear, if you've got any feedback, you can hit us up. Maybe keep it pretty positive. But hit up reallygoodbanter@gmail.com.
Yeah, nothing about glass rods.
No glass rods. Tell your mates and friends, and we'll keep things ticking along. Have a safe New Year. By the time this comes out, it'll be getting close to New Year. So
survive the typhoon, and we'll see you in 2021.
Take care. Happy New Year.